viewers, how are you guys doing this afternoon? Once again, 21st of June 2026. Sorry about that. Now, there's an uptick happening right now in the Caribbean, and I just want you guys to basically have some awareness, be heads up of certain things. I'm going to make it easy for you guys, all right? Very easy. British Virgin Islands, all right? There's a section called Charlotte, Amalie, and Road Town. Once again, I hope I pronounce this correct. Charlotte, Amalie, and Road Town in British Virgin Islands. You are in that section of British Virgin Islands. Is going to be basically a lot of earthquakes. A lot of them are going to be anywhere between 3.3 to 3.9. A barrage of them. Also, north of Puerto Rico is going to get basically some seismic activity. Southern part of Puerto Rico also, not that far from Pouncy, Puerto Rico, right over there on the coastline, pretty much south. They're not going to be big, but there's going to be a barrage of like 2.2, 2.1 this coming week, basically. And I just want you guys to have a heads up. The really big quakes are really going to be surround right north of Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. So the really big ones, like 4.1 and bigger, this is where you're going to find them. So Dominican Republic, I just want you guys to, just be aware. Also Cuba, right next to Cuba, northern part of Cuba, we're going to see some seismic activity taking place. Hopefully they're not too big. Also, other section like Jamaica, not far from Montego Bay, and over the other part of the island, not far from Kingston. These areas will see seismic activity in the coming future. So, if you're in these areas, I'm not saying this week, but these areas are going to be prompt for seismic activity. St. Martin, Guadeloupe, St. Lucia. Yeah, in the future, you will see seismic activity taking place in these locations. So if you're living in these locations that are listed and you're in the coastline, I just want you guys to be aware. And the Caribbean is taking on a lot of it. And again, Puerto Rico, they're coming, but they're not going to be too big. They're going to be pretty small. The big ones, once again, you're going to find them around Dominican Republic, close to Punta Cana. And if pretty good chance, if it ever hit 5.5 or 6.0, it will be closer to Cuba and Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, believe it or not. So I just want you guys to have a heads up if you're in the Caribbean, and also for the hurricane season, get ready.
Welcome to another one of my YouTube videos where I am just sharing this information for public awareness. All over the world right now, we are being cautioned about El Nino. So whether we want to think that this guy is telling the truth or he's not telling the truth, or where does he get his information from, let me be clear. We're having a El Nino. Other parts of the world is having all kinds of different experiences, such as in Texas right now, they're having lots of floods. And a few other states. Arizona, I heard, is having extensive heat. So do not be dismayed that, something like this can actually happen. So I would tell you to be prepared, with maybe food items. I don't know what would be a problem, say for instance in Jamaica, if there was an earthquake. But yeah, I've heard several different stories. I don't know how true they are. I would just always say to be prepared. I've heard of a volcano underneath Jamaica that is supposed to erupt. Allegedly, the state that I live in, they're talking about the thing, what you call that, I forgot what it's called, it's lots of stuff going on, guys. Let me let you take a look at what I'm talking about.
Knows that with these big earthquakes, they happen every 100, 150, 200 years. They typically release about 3 megapascals of pressure. She says right now, There's about 3 megapascals of pressure, and it's been a while since we've had a big earthquake to release all that energy. She says this is the first time the USGS worked in partnership with the University of Hawaii, and it's significant because
So yeah, this one is happening in the state of California, where you can clearly see that gap. And when there's an earthquake, I guess, there will be a shift or something. All I want you guys to know is just to be prepared. I don't know how much we can be prepared, but listen, we just have to be prepared. The San Andreas Fault, that's the one right here that we're looking at, is the one that's currently in California. And I don't know. Listen, guys, I just don't know. What are your thoughts on these earthquakes? How are you prepared? Maybe go to Google and Google how you should be prepared. This is a few of the things that I know, that you should have a safe shoes next to your bed in case if there is broken glass, you'll have a shoes to walk through your house. What else have I heard of? Emergency medications, water, all that stuff, because water main breaks might break. So yeah, so that's probably one thing I would probably tell you guys to do, is to catch water. And don't think of this as a joke, but try to be prepared. And as I'm telling you this, I'm thinking about myself. Like, I should be prepared too. So I should probably go out and get me some water. Yeah, so get some water, canned food, Band-Aids, stuff like that. And I would tell you guys, do not stay inside your house, because we see what happened in the Philippines the other day, where the Philippines had, I think, a 7.8 earthquake, I believe it was. Something also said it was 8.2, so it was between 7.8 or 8.2. I don't know, whatever. But we could actually see the ground moving, buildings fall. So we don't want to really be inside of buildings. I would run outside. I'm sorry, I'm not staying inside. I'm not like. Could you imagine being inside of a building, like a concrete building, and it falls down on you? Then you'll be buried underneath. And you're not sure how long you will be there under those rubbles. So I would say, get out of the building as safely as possible. Gather your children, maybe talk to them from now. What is a meeting point, or what to do in case there is an earthquake. So make sure all your children are out of the home. But I would not stay inside. But I've been hearing so many things. I don't know. Just be as prepared as you can be. And that's why I'm sharing this video with you people of the Caribbean and the good people of Jamaica and anywhere else in the world where we might be headed for a earthquake, flood, or whatever is to come this coming season of El Nino. Just be prepared as best as you possibly can from wherever you're listening to me in the world. Please drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know where you're listening from. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and choose all so that you'll be notified whenever I drop my next video. Have a blessed day. Bye.